Absolutely, I wanted to say hi to you.
Want to buy me one of the shirts? Love means nothing. Too young to say that, no?
I do.
Yes.
Sure. Thank you, loves.
Hi, my darling. One of my babies.
Yes,
Yes.
okay. Hey, girl.
I didn't mean this to be like.
Good evening. Today is Tuesday, June 24th. Unless you got some Beatles on, there we go. We'll tune it down a little bit. Tuesday, June 24th, 2025, and the time is 5:15. I call this meeting to order, and we're going to go ahead and go into closed session. Before we do that, at this time, the Board of Trustees will hear public comments, presentations on requests on matters listed on the closed session agenda. The board will not respond to any public comments directly. Speakers are requested to give their name and addresses. Time limit for speakers is 3 minutes. The board shall limit the total time for public input on each item to 20 minutes. The board reserves the right to limit presentation. This meeting is being recorded. Trustee Espinosa, do we have anybody for closed session?
We do not have any public comments for closed session items. No.
Okay, we will go ahead and go to closed session and should be here as close to 6 o'clock as possible. Thank you.
Are you fucking with me right now?
We are not monogamous.
You hear me? Do you hear me? The sound to the console is working. So do you hear me? Okay. Okay, I didn't hear nothing, so I need to see if you can talk to the camera. hear me? Do you hear me? Rodney? Somebody talk to the microphone? Can you talk to the microphone? Yeah, we can hear you, but I'll talk on the microphone. Okay, just start, and in the camera, just talk to the camera. I think it's working. Okay. Randy, can you talk to the camera, please? Rodney? No, the camera is in the back. In your back. Talk to the camera. No, it's not picking. So yeah, if he used the phone, so maybe he can just let's.
because we're gonna have to go back at the end of our meeting. So if I could, would I please have Heidi, could you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Please stand. Put your hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Heidi. Okay, we'll go ahead, item number 5, communications and recognitions, the governing board report. We'll go ahead and start with Trustee Ella.
Just welcomed everybody. Thank you for coming. We look forward to seeing you again. And more commonly at our meetings, we'd love to see you. Also, just with the 2 weeks in between meetings, Yolanda and I were able to go to the summer school. We want to thank everybody, all the teachers, all the administration, all of our schools together. That summer school is a really nice pleasure to see. So thank you everybody who's doing all their work and all the students that are going to summer school. It was a pleasure to see everyone doing so well.
Thank you. Okay, Trustee Espinosa.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Madam President. Good evening, everyone. Glad to see everyone here today. I'd like to begin by sharing that graduation was really awesome to attend, and it was really, really, really rewarding to see those students walk across the stage. I was in their position myself once, so being able to be on that other side of it was really, really humbling, and so I thank you all for that opportunity. And I do want to highlight that if you haven't checked out our Instagram or our social media pages yet, we have our free summer meals programs. The meals are available at Central Union High School from June 10th to July 10th, Desert Oasis from June 5th to June 27th, and all children 18 and under are welcome. I believe it's a valuable program, and I really thank our staff and volunteers and our community partners for being part of that really essential program. So thank you. And I realize I was absent at our last meeting. I thank you all for that. There was some personal things I needed to do, and thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Tavares.
Good afternoon, everybody. And I've been going to some football games in this heat. They're 7-on-7, and then some basketball games at Imperial to support our teams. So other than that, I have nothing else to report. Have a good day.
Thank you. Trustee Mora.
Welcome, everybody. Just that I went to visit the central side to see how summer school was going. Everything is under control and running smoothly. Appreciate it. It's a little bit hot, but I love the fact that Art has a table set outside with ice chests with water. Any student that needs water, they just go grab themselves some water. I thought that was very special. But thank you for being here.
Okay, thank you. I too visited summer school the very first day, and it's so nice to see everybody together. You've got the Spartans in the blue, and the Eagles in the purple, and the Desert Oasis, black colors on. So it's nice to get everybody together. Everybody's getting along. Monica Martinez is doing an excellent job. Monica is the summer school principal, and it was just like we didn't skip a beat at all. They went right from the end of school, which I wish they had a little bit more time, but then right into summer school. So they're geared up, they're ready to go, and the staff that's there as well, I think we're ready to go. So keep going with summer school. This weekend, I'm going to go to Chicago. Part of my commitment with the CIF Executive Committee is attending the National Federation of High School Sports. And even though we're here at this level, and then we have CIF, then we have the NFHS that governs everything when it comes to high school athletics. So it's nice to go and to see what's new, what's coming down, and to kind of network with some of the other states. Illinois is hosting it this year, and one of the things they got to recruit people from going is to go to a game at Fenway Park. So that'll be a first for me. Last year they held it in Boston, and we got to go watch the Padres play Boston that day, but I don't even know who they're playing, but I know that I get to go to Fenway Park. And so I'm looking forward to that, and also networking with some of the other states as well. Arizona's always good because they have very similar climate that we have. So the wet bulb was instituted, and then we also have the AQI, the Air Quality Index, and we have a lot of roundtable discussions about because we have a lot to do with that when it comes to, I don't go to the snow things and those kind of meetings, but definitely the Arizona committee is a good group that we kind of rub shoulders with, so looking forward to that. Plus, I get to see my son in St. Louis while I'm back east, so I'm back in the Midwest, so gotta mix a little bit of business with pleasure. Dr. Farkas mentioned that he was not gonna be able to do his report because of the connection problems, so we'll catch you next time, William. Good? Okay, good. So we'll go ahead and go on to item 6, public comment session. At this time, the Board of Trustees will hear comments, presentations, or requests on matters listed on this agenda. The board will not respond to any public comments directly. Speakers are requested to give their names, addresses, and time limit for speakers. It is 3 minutes. The board, we're gonna make an adjustment for that, so go ahead, I'll finish it, and then the clerk will have some more information on what we need to do tonight, because we wanna hear everybody. But, so if we stay here, everybody gets 3 minutes, we might not be here. It may take us a little bit longer. We do wanna hear everybody. So while you're there, you may have to condense a little bit so we can get everybody. The board shall limit the total time for public input. The whole session's supposed to be 30 minutes, but we adjusted a little bit the last meeting. I think we went to 33 minutes, so we wanna make sure that happens. This meeting is being recorded, and per Board Policy 1313, the Board of Trustees recognizes the impact that civility has on the effective operation of this district, including its role in creating a safe and positive school climate and enabling a focus on student well-being, learning, and achievement. The board believes that each person should be treated with dignity and respect in their interactions within the school community. The board stands that the First Amendment provides strong protection for speech. However, the board expects that all speech and expression will comport with norms of civic behavior and district grounds in district facilities during district activities or events, and in the use of district electronic digital systems or platforms. Civil behavior is polite, courteous, and reasonable behavior which is respectful to others and includes integrity, honesty, acceptance, timeliness, dependability, observance of laws and rules, and effective communication. So, what we did, I think when you filled out the forms, there was a number on the back, so we're just gonna go write down the numbers, and Trustee Espinosa, if you have anything to add?
Yes, so we will be limiting it to 90 seconds to ensure we can hear all of these voices are heard. I believe we have received a total of about 26 or so. Looks like we have 24 here, but I noticed duplicated numbers. So we have about 26 voices that want to be heard and need to be heard. So we're gonna limit it to the 90-second limitation. And we're gonna call it up as orders received. Renee Angundez for. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Let's reset.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rene Agundez. I live at 521 Mesquite Street, Imperial, California. I'm a product of the Central District. I graduated class of 1987 from Central. And I'm here to speak on item number 9, the LGBTQ Pride resolution. I've taught in this district now for 33 years. I've been an English teacher for a while here. I think I know our community well. I have a sense of what we need. I have a sense of who we are. So, and I think we would all agree that as a district, our central mission is to impart academic skills onto our students, to prepare them for the future, prepare them for what is ahead, for success. I think we would all agree also that this cannot happen if students are not valued, if they're not seen, if they're not respected. And we owe this to all of our students, including our LGBTQ+ students. The language of this resolution states that when it comes to our LGBTQ+ population, we're committed to safety, inclusion, to fostering a welcoming school climate where they can be treated with dignity, respect, and feel safe. I honestly don't understand how anyone could object to this language. To me, it's unconscionable to say that some of our students are not worthy of these values that are on the posters, on these signs all around the room. This is not happening in a vacuum, the decision that you will make tonight. The greater context of our nation is that among LGBTQ plus youth, 21% attempt suicide versus 4% of the regular general youth population. This is from the National Institute of Health.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gundes.
I urge you to please pass this resolution. Thank you, board members.
Clara Olivas.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Clara Olivas, co-founder and executive director of Queer Casa, a California state-recognized nonprofit. We were founded by 3 queer Imperial County residents who recognized the urgent need for Imperial County's first open-minded secular space offering resources to all 2S LGBTQIA+ community members. Queer Casa's mission is to empower, support, and uplift queer people in Imperial County. We envision a world where queer individuals thrive and live fulfilling lives. We've partnered with numerous local nonprofits that align with our mission. It's important to note that the Donnelly Center is not among our partners. The founders of Queer Casa previously served on the IV LGBT Resource Center board and witnessed the increasingly problematic rhetoric from the CEO. A February 2025 KPBS News report further confirmed that the Donnelly Center CEO, Rosa Diaz, is aligned with openly anti-2S LGBTQIA+ organizations. I encourage you to watch the 3-minute KPBS.org video where Ms. Diaz personally acknowledges her support for and her participation in disseminating harmful extremist views that misrepresent our queer community in Imperial County. Having been openly queer all my life, affirmed by my family and peers, I know profound importance of the community. I tell the young people, you are not alone, you have community here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Maria Peinado.
Good afternoon, honorable board members and respectable members of the public. Buenas tardes, honorables miembros de la mesa directiva y respetables miembros del público. My name is Maria Peinado. My pronouns are she, her, ella, and I'm a resident of El Centro. I want to start by saying that I want to address the separation of church and state. The principle of separation of church and state in public schools is derived from the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment. This clause prohibits the government from establishing or endorsing a religion, and public schools as government entities must remain neutral and not promote or favor any particular religion. While students can express their religious beliefs privately, schools cannot organize or endorse religious practices. This month, a federal appellate court ruled that a Louisiana law requiring the posting of the 10 Commandments in the state's public schools is unconstitutional. The mandate violates the separation of church and state, and the court found that poster-sized displays would isolate students, especially those that practice different faiths. Pride Month is about love. Isn't that what we want to demonstrate to our students? That they are loved and that we see them and that we value them? Make it loud and clear to our LGBTQ youth that they belong in the Central Union High School District, that they are seen and they add value to our schools. Trustee Nugent, Trustee Espinosa, Trustee Mora, Trustee Allett, and Trustee Tavares, do what is right and support and love all our students. Make sure the message is loud and clear by approving the 2025 Pride Month proclamation. Feliz Mes del Orgullo LGBT. Happy Pride Month to each and every one of you. Thank you.
Camila Ramirez.
Good evening. My name is Carmina Ramirez, 1281 Sandalwood. Pride Month has been celebrated in our country and around the world since 1970. That is 55 years. I think we had sufficient time to learn, to educate ourselves of the harms of hate towards any one group. I think we've had enough time to learn about inclusivity of all students. We practice that every day as educators. I think we have had enough time to have courage to stand up and to say to everyone that they're welcome in our schools and our community, regardless of how they identify. We've had enough time to understand that people can identify themselves as heterosexual, bisexual, pansexual, lesbian, transgender, non-binary, asexual. And instead of debating this, we should be celebrating this diversity, which accounts for 1 in every 10 people in our community. We should be celebrating their contributions, their talents, their lives of these young people, leading us, older people, with an example of leadership. Acknowledging Pride Month should not be debatable. It costs nothing to proclaim Pride Month. It costs a lot to hate. I urge you to support the proclamation of Pride Month for our students and community. If not now, when? Thank you.
Sonia Bernal. Okay.
Hi, good evening, board members. My name is Sonia Bernal. I live at 1237 North 17th Street, and I'm speaking here on behalf on voting to not pass this bill in regards to, and please excuse my ignorance, if it's LGBTQ plus or has since been revised. I'm truly not sure. I believe that in regards to inclusivity, as a lot of people might mention, I believe that inclusivity doesn't have to mean to, it's not a reason to incorporate and even indoctrinate our children. There are beliefs that everyone has, and that's okay. Everybody we have diversity, and that's what makes our world the way it is. I have my own beliefs, and I have a daughter that attends Central Union High School. I don't agree that she has to be exposed, as well as the other students, to a lifestyle that is not what I believe in. If we're speaking on inclusivity, I don't believe that there's a number of activities and sports on campus, and some of those I believe don't exclude, actually none of those exclude children to participate in such activities, regardless of orientation, identification, gender identification. All children are allowed to sign up for these activities.
Thank you.
If I could just say one more thing. If there was an inclusivity in beliefs, I have never known for my child to get to celebrate an entire month for the month of Easter, which is, in our regards, one of the most best months ever to celebrate the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ, or the birth of Jesus Christ in December. So just ask not for an entire month for celebration. Thank you.
Cameron Collis?
Well, you guys made me shorten up my speech here, but I'll do my best. No, I understand. Good evening, board. I do appreciate the time that you have given me. My name is Cameron Collis. I've served as a youth pastor for over 7 years now. I'm currently a volunteer at Central Union High School through the Campus Life Club, and have a deep affection for the Imperial Valley as I raise my 4 children here. Having to cut out so much, I would like to address, I don't hate a single gay person in this world or trans person at all. I love them, and that's what my religion is found on. My religion says in the Holy Book, in the book of 1 John, that our God is love. And I do apologize for those that have not reflected Christ well to anyone here. I do want to say, though, that being said, there's a quote that I felt would be worth sharing. In the book, The Rise and Triumph of the Modern Self by Carl Trueman, he states, Quote, sex now pervades every aspect of life, from elementary education to commercials to Congress and the Supreme Court. Everywhere one looks, the erotic sexual desire has triumphed, end quote. My concern is that this agenda item is a reflection not of a desire to educate in the sciences, but rather the erotic triumphing in the gripping of the popular imagination. The continual proposal of this agenda item reflects less academic care and more concern for sexual expressionism. And I believe that you are going to lose parents, as I implored you last time we met, to team up with parents and ally with them. I believe you are ostracizing parents by doing this. How many parents are actually in the room here? They are the ones that need to have a voice here. It's not many of them, unfortunately. That being said, I would close with this if you would allow me to. Why place this tremendous burden on these high school students whose minds will not even be fully developed until their mid to late 20s? I pray that God gives you the wisdom and foresight to see that this decision is not good for our young people who already have so many outside pressures from television, friends, and society. Do not pass this resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Polis.
Thank you.
You know, I know 90 seconds is fast, but we want to hear everybody's voice, and I hope you have a chance to condense that. And I know that when my clerk says it's time, I'll give you a couple more seconds to wrap it up, because you can see the timer and I can't. So I appreciate the cooperation, and we want to hear everybody. That's why we're here today. Thank you.
Diego Quesada.
Hello, and my name is Diego Quesada. I graduated Central Union this year. Before I say anything, I want to make myself clear that I speak from love and not hate. What I'm about to share comes from observations. I believe every person on this earth was created purposefully by God. I believe that Jesus offers new life to everyone, no matter background and any type of struggle, belief. Because of that, I strive to see every person as someone made in the image of God, deserving of love, dignity, and truth. I have to cut a lot, hold on. I don't think that specializing a group of anybody is beneficial for anybody's well-being. I don't have a month to celebrate myself. I go through a lot of things, and you know, because there are a lot of societal expectations from a lot of different people, and I just like to share that June is a Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and it's rarely acknowledged, even though so many young men today silently struggling with anxiety, depression, and pressure. I don't think that specializing people is normalizing people. I think that the LGBT community is accepted, and I don't take that away from them. It's their beliefs, not mine. I want them to feel loved, but I don't think having a month where they can celebrate pride and being special is gonna cause any type of normalcy between anybody.
Thank you. Appreciate you coming out.
Thank you.
Dalila Bernal? Delilah, thank you. Sorry about that. Delilah Bernal.
Good evening, respected members of the board and guests. We were here a little over 2 weeks ago with a very pressing issue we had hoped that would be resolved. Today we are back in hopes of having our voices heard completely before taking these next steps in our district. This discussion isn't a discussion of hate or lack of love. It's simply just asking to reconsider the better of our district. We call our seasonal time off winter break and spring break rather than referring to it as Christmas or Easter break, out of respect for those who may not celebrate those holidays, and we have no problem with that. If we have any sort of celebrations in class relating to a holiday that originates from religion, students are allowed not to participate, and that is a prime example of respect of others' beliefs. So why is it now that when the subject of pride in school systems is brought up, it is treated not as such? We want to demand that it is enforced on our curriculum and demand that it is celebrated and acknowledged school-wide. Why not do that for Christmas, for Easter? Because the topic of religion is frowned upon in school. The reality is that most students want to express their faith but can only do so in certain aspects like clubs or outside the classroom. And we know that is just the way that our society has built up public schools. So if we as Christians do not demand for justice and demand our beliefs to be taught and celebrated in schools, why is it that the other party is allowed to do that? In these next steps you all take, I strongly urge you all to consider truly and see this topic from all perspectives, and as a very involved and passionate Central Spartan, I pray that you all be filled with the wisdom of what is best for all students, not just of the popular vote, but of every child and parent involved. Thank you all, and God bless your time.
Ariel Bonanno? Apologies if I butchered it.
You're right. Thank you for your time. My name is Ariel Bonanno, and before I continue, I want to make one thing absolutely clear. I have no resentment towards anybody in this room, and it burdens my heart that people would think that I hate them, and I do not. I love my friends. I do not love them because of who they are or what they choose to believe. I love them because of their traits and their character, and I choose to be around them for that reason. That said, as a student, I firmly believe that these topics are things that should be discussed between a parent and a child. I think that these things can cause trouble with teenagers that are already so confused with issues that are so pressing in the high school life, bullying, things like that. This is just something that it's such a sensitive topic, and I really don't believe that school should be prying into it. I had a speech prepared, and I'm not sticking to it because this is on my heart, and I really want you to know that I do not hate you, I do not resent you. I do not want you to feel like you should not be included or that you should not be loved. I love you. Jesus loves you. We all love you. And I want you to know that. I really believe that this is just something that should be in a home, in the safety and in a safe environment of a home, not a school. And thank you for your time. I love you very much. Thank you.
I apologize if I butchered this. Adi Zel Lopez? Ade? A-A-D-E? Andy? Apologies. That looks like an A-A-D-E. My bad. I feel... I empathize.
Hello, board members. My name is Andy Zel Lopez. I'm a product of Central Union High School, class of 2001, ages ago. Myself, I grew up with there being open when Central, before Southwest was built, Central had a gay club, it had an LGBT club. It expressed one of the first schools in the county, I believe in the county, to show inclusivity. But somehow now we've gone to a point where certain people who've been ostracized, who've been kicked aside, are to be ignored and kept in the shadows. Me myself, I was a product of being bullied within Christianity, being told that I was scum, even within the school. And now to be told, you know what, you have value, you're loved by people that I've finally met after being ostracized and bullied within the church, within my own school. The thing is, love does not express oppression. And education does not teach hate, it teaches inclusivity. And the thing is, a lot of people misinterpret LGBT. It's about, LGBT does not represent indoctrination or hate. It expresses authenticity and clarity of oneself. I just want to encourage you to really think from the heart of a parent and really know what your child is feeling or yourself. Many have been treated less because their identity has been lessened within the faith communities that they grew up in. So I just want to leave that for you, and thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Andy.
Atlas.
Good evening. Sorry, it's my first time. Oh, I'm so sorry. My name is Atlas. My pronouns are they, them, he, him, and in Spanish they are ella and él. I like to introduce myself with my pronouns because it's how I like others to address me. I'm here today not only as a young person who grew up and resides in the area, specifically Calexico, but also as a representative of Trans Family Support Services. In my role as one of 2 bilingual youth programs coordinator at TFSS, I have the privilege of directly supporting LGBTQ+ youth locally and across the country through the use of care, compassion, and affirming resources. I want to highlight the fact that we are witnessing the current administration enact a deliberately harmful campaign to roll back the rights of marginalized people. Policies are being pushed that target LGBTQ+ youth, immigrants, people of color, people with disabilities, and women. Most recently, the federal government removed the LGBTQ+ youth branch from the 988 crisis hotline, a critical resource for young people in need. Let's be clear. These actions aren't about anyone's beliefs. They're about control. Our community already faces constant harm and violence. Policies meant to erase protections would only push youth into further isolation. However, here in California, the laws still aim to protect all youth. State law requires school to affirm and respect the students' names, pronouns, gender identity, including access to bathroom and locker rooms that align with identity, as outlined in AB 1266. Additionally, SB 537 mandates that school actively protect LGBTQ students from bullying, harassment, and discrimination, regardless of personal beliefs. Thank you.
Thank you.
Benjamin Gonzalez.
Hello, board. 39% of LGBTQ youth considered attempting suicide in the last year alone. Nearly half of LGBTQ youth experienced bullying, and LGBTQ youth who reported living in very unaccepting communities attempted suicide at 2 times the rate than those who reported in living in very accepting communities. These statistics aren't just numbers. They're students in our classroom, they're students in our community, and they're students like myself. I am proud to have graduated from this district. I came every month to these meetings eager to listen and report. And one of the things that I was proudest of and still am is our motto, committed to excellence. But I think recently we've lost what excellence truly means. Excellence is not erasing others who are different than us. Excellence comes from embracing others and loving our neighbors regardless of how they identify. If we don't recognize this month for what it truly is, a celebration of people in all walks of life, then we run the risk of telling young kids that in their lives, they will never have anyone who will defend them from hate. If the district does not take a step to recognize pride and stand by these students, how can we expect our kids to learn when they're too worried if their very own school will protect them from the bullying they face? Not recognizing pride has larger implications on mental health. 18% of LGBTQ youth have attempted suicide.
Thank you, Benjamin. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Rosa Diaz.
My name is Rosa Diaz, and I'm here to oppose the LGBTQI proclamation. Within the last 10 years, I've been working very directly with LGBTQIA students. And I can tell you that in most cases, when we leave them alone and do not influence them, they sometimes just grow out of certain identities. And I'm going to give you some testimonials here. In 2020, the president of the GSA at Central Union High School called me to talk to the youth, and I spoke with them, and all we talked about was life, relationships. We talked about goals, graduating from high school. They invited me the second time, and again, we talked about just life, healthy relationships, goals. This young lady, who was the president of the GSA club, is now in college, has a boyfriend, and the last time I spoke with them, they basically just decided to go a different path. In 2021, a 13-year-old young lady who identified as a boy was coming to the center. She came to the trans support group. We played games. We talked about life, school, etc. And that was in 2021. I saw her at an event not too long ago. Beautiful young lady. She has now embraced her femininity. She has embraced being a female. And I can tell you of another young lady who went to the center.
Thank you,
She,
Rosa.
okay. It was on.
I know it goes fast.
Oh, okay.
Rosa, your belongings? Teresa Gonzalez?
Teresa Gonzalez. I've been working for Central Union High School for 25 years. And yeah, I guess we got to scrap what we wrote down. We hear a lot of words, safety, positive, welcoming environment, empowerment. We heard some evidence about Pride Month and what we need Pride Month. And I'm thinking about the year, the whole year. What's happening all the other months? Are we not giving them respect? Are we not giving them love? We open our classrooms to our students every single day, and we love each and every one of them, no matter what their gender, no matter what their love choice is. And I just want you to remember that we don't need one specific month to celebrate that. Our students, I welcome you to go to our campus. Our students are celebrating their love. Girl with girl, boy with boy, go to our campus. They are proud of their sexuality. They wear it on their shirts. They you know, it's not what it was 20 years ago. They are embracing their sexuality. And to say that they're scared or being bullied, what evidence do we have at our campus that shows that? I work with Link Crew, and I work social emotional learning, and never have they asked me to address those issues. Never have they asked me to talk about those issues. Are those issues really happening on our campus? Please listen to our community. Thank you.
Carmina Victoria Bosminer. Sorry for the butchering of your last name.
Hello, everybody. My name is Carmina Bosmenier. I'm 1281 Sandalwood Drive. I'm a community member. I'm an organizer. I'm here to express my support for this motion. By recognizing Pride Month, we're recognizing our students. We don't have a lot of representation, which is why we need representation during this month. It's not just a month that we need, it's the whole year. You're completely right. We need to celebrate the whole year, because we're not just queer one month, we're queer the whole year. And it's not fair that we're not allowed to celebrate or feel seen. We're not asking for anything but recognition. Right now, the board has the opportunity to show all students that they deserve to feel seen, that they are safe, that they're supported, not just academically, but as a person. And schools are meant for freedom. They're a place to be, that you should feel acknowledged, that you should feel represented and celebrated, and not feel like your whole identity is being erased. If you're a woman, if you're a person of color, if you're a parent, if you're queer, if you're an immigrant, you should understand Voting to approve this proclamation shows that students belong and that the district is committed to inclusion and respect. And just please vote yes for this, for the future of our students, for the future of our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Carmela.
Ms. Catherine Drew?
No, whatever you feel comfortable.
This was a problem last time. Then you go from 3 to 90.
I'm sorry, we want to hear everybody, Ms. Drew.
I have to sit. Oh, this is hell. My name is Catherine Drew. I have a grandson at Southwest High School. It seems I live there too. I'm not here to dissuade you from your faith. Your faith is not the issue here because you are not the issue here. This resolution is simply stating a fact. June is Pride Month, which simply gives recognition to kids who struggle. It never made anybody gay to have a Pride Month. I was raised in the Baptist church, God forgive me, and I know the fables, the myths, and the stories and the truths embedded in the Bible, if you want to use that book. My faith, though, is rooted in only one rule: listen to Christ, follow his example, love one another. It doesn't say judge. In fact, biblically, we're told not to. But I get it, you're afraid of a concept. It's not a law. No one's going to arrest you, excuse me, for being mean to the kids. Should, but not. My real concern, though, is that your churches have gotten you all whipped up with hatred and fear that you come to a board meeting in the middle of summer, twice for some of you. When really, we're just asking you to act like Christ. Meet people where they are, accept people as they are, love people as they are. And as a teacher, I'm going to tell you my kids know that I love them, and many of them in here, and that's one of them right there. Those aren't the conditions Christ put on love, and so they are not my conditions either. I love them because they're mine. If you can't do that, you have bigger problems than figuring out pronouns. You need to figure out your real faith and where it stands. If you are frightened and timid and cowed in front of homosexual people or people who are different from you, you have a problem.
Thank you, Ms. Drew.
You need to love like Christ loves you without prejudices or conditions. Amen.
I apologize. Arabella Madueña? How do I say your last name? Arabella, are you here? Okay. Celeste Aguilar?
Hi, nice to meet you guys. So I'll preface with this. Uplifting a community facing backlash for coexisting is crucial, especially in spaces where young minds are looking inwards to understand their intrinsic qualities and outwards to understand how the world will receive them. Facilitating a successful academic career is beyond a GPA. It is the fostering of supplying resources to build them up as they envision and embark on their futures. It is crucial to note that acknowledgement is not dominion. We come in all walks of life, in different religions, in different countries, in different cultures. We exist. That's all we do. We exist and we try to give to our community and to one another. Autonomy is important. Being able to make choices for oneself is important. And we have the opportunity to facilitate people as they navigate these things. Because as a young person, oftentimes, we look outwards before we look inwards to understand the world around us and what feels safe and what doesn't. And I'd also like to note that, unfortunately, we've been pawns in political games when all we do is exist. That's all we do. And I hope there comes a point in time where students just feel embraced by our community. And I know it's about to be time, but Thank you so much for this measure. Thank you for your time.
Robin Avila? Avila?
Hi, good evening. My name is Robin Avila. I live at 930 West Wind Drive. I'm a teacher at Central Union High School. I've been working there for over 20 years. Usually when I attend these meetings, it has to do with some type of financial issue that the district is addressing. However, tonight we are discussing whether or not Central Union High School is willing to proclaim that our LGBTQ students and staff are truly accepted as part of our district. I'd like to remind the board members that empathy is free. It costs nothing to stand with our LGBTQ community. It costs nothing to accept our LGBTQ community, and it costs nothing to proclaim that our LGBTQ community is welcome in all of our schools. And yet, I have seen firsthand how feeling safe and accepted can be invaluable and even save lives when it comes to our students. Every single one of us here has a neighbor, a family member, a student, a staff member, a teacher, a colleague, and a friend who is part of the LGBTQ community. Please take a moment and consider them before casting your vote tonight. And remember to love your neighbor as yourself. Thank you.
Arturo Tanner Smith? Annika. Oh, Annika. Annika, I apologize. Annika, look like a T.
Longest walk.
There's our audio. Oh, okay, I thought someone forgot it. I was worried for somebody. Time starts?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. First of all, I want to say hello, everyone. My name is Annika Penner-Smith. I'm a lifelong member of the Imperial Valley. I live on the east side of El Centro. Thank you all for having me. I'm very happy to be here. And I would just like to start off by saying that I'm very proud to be part of the Imperial Valley community. I'm very proud to be part of this district. I will always find a great sense of joy and pride in advocating for my community in whatever capacity I'm personally able, and that includes intersectionality. I believe that we all ought to be able to take ownership and pride in ourselves and our identities, our lived histories and our lived experiences from infancy to adulthood throughout the course of being. Because what a joy it is to be! Isn't it lovely? I believe that we are all called to be part of a community. I urge you all to spend time in your community and conversation with your neighbor, unbiased, unprejudiced. We are one valley. We are undivided. We're one district. Let us be undivided. Let us love one another, because love is love. Happy Pride. Happy Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And I yield the rest of my time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Annika. Thank you, Annika. Daniela Flores with IV Equity and Justice.
Hi, good evening, Board of Trustees. My name is Daniela Flores. My pronouns are she, her, ella. I am the Executive Director of Imperial Valley Equity and Justice. Nice to meet you. We are here in strong support of proclaiming June as LGBTQIA Pride Month. Our organization's vision is simple: an Imperial Valley where families can work, live, dream, and thrive. We advocate, educate, build civic power on issues of health equity, environmental justice, and racial and economic justice. And we do celebrate this board for bringing this forward, this resolution forward to proclaim this month. And, you know, I think as folks have shared, it's really important that, you know, part of y'all's role and mission is to ensure the safety of school climate. And so it is absolutely your charge
to take up on an issue like this, and to proclaim and to talk about your commitments year-round, what those are to create that safety for the LGBTQIA community year-round, right? Southwest made history by hosting its first Pride Week in 2023. Students were invited to wear outfits matching different pride flags. I'm gonna skip some things here, but support services remain too thin. Southwest's very simple Pride Week, you know, an adult intruder attempted to disrupt students. There's a few other things, but in this moment, there are resources being taken away, such as the 988 suicide prevention hotline. So in a moment where resources are being stripped, it's important that we reaffirm our commitment and safety. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lupita Carreño.
Good evening, board members. Good evening, Dr. Farkas and everyone here in this room. Today, I'm gonna express my concern in Spanish for all those people that are looking at through YouTube in Spanish. Hola, mi nombre es Lupita Carreño. I have 4 kids, 2 of them which are still in high school. Me siento alarmada por el rumbo que está tomando la educación de nuestros hijos. Quiero decirlo con toda claridad. En mi familia creemos en el respeto, en la dignidad de cada persona y enseñamos a nuestros hijos a tratar a todos con amabilidad. Pero también creemos que nadie tiene el derecho a educar a nuestros hijos en temas personales, morales o de identidad. Eso nos corresponde a nosotros como padres. Me preocupa profundamente que se esté incluyendo contenido de ideología de género en materias académicas que no tienen nada que ver con esos temas, matemáticas, inglés, escritura. La función de la escuela no es adoctrinar, afirmar identidades ni sembrar confusión en nuestros hijos. La función de la escuela es educar, no influir en las convicciones personales de los estudiantes. No se trata de rechazar a nadie o de odiar a nadie, se trata de proteger la integridad de nuestros hijos y de cuidar los valores que les enseñamos en casa. Es de exigir que se respete el derecho que tenemos como padres a formar su conciencia sin interferencia ideológicas. Pido transparencia en lo que se enseña en los salones de clases y la opción de ser informada, de optar por no participar cuando se presenten contenidos que contradigan nuestros valores. Nuestros hijos merecen una educación que forme su carácter y su inteligencia, no que confundan su identidad ni desplace la labor formativa que solo nos pertenecen a los padres. Gracias.
John Briggs.
You get old, you fall down. My name is John Briggs. Well, I have lived here in the Valley for over 55 years.
Thank you.
I have taught 54 years. I've had thousands of students. Every child should be loved and respected, and the Pride proposal doesn't say you need to become anything other than who you are. And when any child walks onto a campus, not just into a classroom, but onto campus, they should be accepted and with kindness, love, and respect. I had very few rules in my classroom. One was that every student was to be kind, loving, and respectful to everyone else, including themselves. And that is an issue here. Please pass this proposal.
Thank you, Mr. Briggs.
Leanne Vivera.
So I want to apologize if I seem a little shaky. Hi, my name is Leah Rivera. I'm an incoming junior at Central Union High School, and I'm also a follower of Christ. So what I did originally come here to speak about has completely changed. Not completely, but the way I'm going about it, my heart has changed. Yes, I am scared, but fear is a liar, no matter which side you're on tonight. And first and foremost, I want to apologize to anyone here who has been hurt by the church or any Christian, because that is not an example of Christ that we should all strive to live. I also believe that, each and every one of us has fallen short once in our lives, multiple times, to the glory of, to our God. Whether we are a member of the LGBTQ community, whether we are a Christian, we have all fallen short in each of our different ways. And I believe, we are all equal, and as a student here at Central, because that's what we're coming for, I don't think that any one student is recognized more or less than the other. We have our Christian clubs, and I know, for example, ARC recognizes, the LGBTQIA community. And even in the Christian club that I am in, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, we don't exclude anyone that walks into the doors. I can name multiple people, multiple friends, multiple of the people that I surround myself with that don't see eye to eye with me, but that doesn't mean I'm going to love them any less. Thank you. God bless.
No, thank you. We had an item, they put down item 6, so it might not be, I think it's a different topic, so we need to.
What's the name?
Katia Olivas? Are you Katia Olivas?
I didn't know item it was.
No, it's okay.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
It said 6, so you're all right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
There you go. I like that. I like that approach. I see a 6. I see a 9.
Listo? Hi, my name is Katia Olivas. I am a resident of the land of the Kumeyaay, Kukapa, Quechan, and many more nations who are still alive and flourishing to this day. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I think we come here today and we hear about indoctrinating our children, but we don't talk about how these children are being indoctrinated since the moment they are born into Christ, into Jesus, into all these religions that they still don't understand. We don't talk about the indoctrination of our children who are forced to every single day pledge to a settler colonial flag, which they also don't understand why they are doing that pledge of allegiance that we did today. So I want us all to really think about why this resolution has become so controversial. Why a group of people who are simply trying to live in their full selves are being scapegoated to hide your own fears about your own homosexuality and lack of understanding of your own bodies and your own desires. I'll tell you all the real reasons behind all of this controversy. First, LGBTQIA plus people live freely in their bodies, spirits, and identities, going all against all borders. LGBTQIA plus people have existed since before the colonization of this land, and we will continue to do so. So I urge you to stand in respect with your students and create a safe space for them. So pass this resolution, please.
Thank you, Katia.
That concludes what I have, unless Ms. Arabella came back. No? Okay.
Okay, first of all, I appreciate the cooperation we had. We had 26 individuals, and I think we heard everybody. And I appreciate everybody tonight. I'm really glad I'm part of this community that I see in front of me tonight. Thank you. So we'll go ahead and continue with our agenda. We have item number 7, public comment session on non-agenda items. At this time, the Board of Trustees will hear comments, presentations, and requests on matters not listed on this agenda. Do we have anybody for non-agenda?
I don't have anything for non-agenda items.
Okay, let's go on to 8, approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, item 9, consent agenda items. All items appearing on the consent agenda item, routine business matters, and will be acted upon by one motion. Without discussion, should any board member request that an item be considered separately, that item will be added to the end of our regular agenda. Do I have a motion to approve?
Madam President, I'm gonna actually motion to have our minutes pulled from the consent agenda item.
Okay.
Clarification, I wasn't here the last meeting, so I will be abstaining from that vote. It's the only reason why I chose to pull it.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second. This is for agenda items 2 through 11, correct?
Correct.
Yes, I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
I wanted, I'm sorry, I just want to make a quick comment on that, was
Okay.
that the, just that on 5, the behavioral health services and the after-school programs and the County Office of Ed, in the next year, we would have presentations of those, the great programs that we're, that we're supporting, so we'd understand more about what they're doing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
that'd be
you,
neat.
Trustee Ellis. Okay, so with those additions, thank you.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Item number 10, action and information items. Approval of personnel report. The board is requested to approve the June 24th, 2025 personnel report as presented. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Approve the 2025-26 CUHSD Local Control Accountability Plan. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the 2025-26 CUHSD Local Control Accountability Plan. And Ms. Petter is at a workshop, but she gave us all the information.
Yes, she did.
The last presentation. So, do I have a motion?
I move that we accept the LCAP.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Can I add a discussion item?
Yeah, any discussion?
I just want to add about the LCAP. I really do like that we have professional development and training in our LCAPs and curriculum and instructional supports. I really liked listening to the YouTube on Wilson reading program, the NWVA map growth. I know Ms. Petter might not be here today, but throughout the years, I'd like to see how that develops, that reporting process, because I know that data tracking is included in the LCAP. So I thought that would be cool.
Me too.
Targeted support programs I think are excellent, and I do think any student feedback informed actions are super great. So I would say that because I do think it would be beneficial to consider a type of either a student LCAP oversight committee with EL student representation or something of that nature. I'm not proposing it be included today, but I would like some type of honest discussion around a student advisory committee with LCAP, and my lack of knowledge if there already is some kind. So that's just what I would like to add on that LCAP, but I think it's good to approve.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Item number 3, CUHSD Local Indicator Report 2025. It is recommended that the board approve CUHSD Local Indicator Report for 2025. Do I have a motion?
I'll motion.
And second?
A second.
Any discussion? This item.
I'll just add, I just think the student input was very clearly valued. I think our EL learners have asked for support beyond Google Translate, and so I'm excited to see some of those actionable strategies behind that. Little food for thought is I think multilingual family nights could be a bit more enhanced and maybe partnered with SBDC quite a bit to have those types of conversations on the processes and support resources. That's my comment on the local indicator report.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We're at item number 4, approval of Prop 28 annual report for the 24-25 school year. It is recommended that the board approve Proposition 28 Arts and Music Instruction Annual Report for the 24-25 school year. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item number 5, board approval for acceptance of grant for energy modernization in schools, GEMS, from Imperial Valley Irrigation District, IID. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the acceptance of the grant IID for $70,000 and authorize the district to move forward with the HVAC projects. Do I have a motion?
I so move.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Just grateful for the $70,000.
Yes,
Woo.
and thank you for the work to get it. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item number 6, board approval for acceptance of the lighting of outdoor wellness grant GLOW from the Imperial Irrigation District. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve acceptance of the GLOW grant from IID for again $70,000 and authorize the district to move forward with the upgrades of the LED systems. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Not a discussion, but maybe if we can see what the plan is on the lighting. I mean, not that we wanna go check every light, right, but we wanna see what's gonna make a difference.
Yeah, we'll have that, if you want to speak on it.
I can get very briefly, it's very specific what the uses could be used for, the monies can be used for. In this instance, it has to be something that the public also uses. And so what we have identified are the tennis courts at both Southwest and Central, so we're gonna focus on that. We'll do most of the work in-house to keep the cost down as much as possible, and we feel we'll be able to replace the lighting at both those locations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item number 7, board approval of award contract of Balfour BD Construction LLC for the Southwest High School Aquatic Center at Central Union High School District. It is requested that the Board of Trustees approve awarding the contract to Balfour BD Construction LLC. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll
Do I have-
second.
Any discussion?
Yes, I'd like to ask if someone, or Marcy might explain how this company was chosen. I know that it was a group that chose them, and could you tell us why they were chosen over the others?
Yes, of course. Good afternoon, board members and public. We did have a process. We sent out a timeline regarding what the bid process is. It is a lease-back project, so the criteria is based off of best value. We based it off of 9 criteria, a total of 100 base points. We did have a group of 3 of us, which consisted of Jeff, Steve from Triton, and myself to screen the applicants. From there, based on that system, we advanced with the top 3 scorers into an interview. We interviewed 3, which is Nielsen, Balfour Beatty, and Erickson and Hall. And based off the best value, which includes the pricing, experience, and there's other criteria in there, that we based it off of the highest point. So we do have a rubric that we based it off of, and the team felt that Balfour Beatty was the best value for our district.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Any other discussion?
Yeah, that's great. Thank you very much.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 And I do want to acknowledge that Balfour Beatty is here in the public.
Well, we're waiting to get in that pool, so
Yes,
we
we
need to
are.
get going.
Kinda like,
It's been a long,
Hurry,
a
hurry,
long
hurry.
wait, right, Catherine? It's been a long time.
Yes, whatever you said.
Item number 8, board approval of 2024-25 estimated actuals and the proposed 25-26 adopted budget. It is requested that the Board of Trustees approve the 24-25 estimated actuals and the proposed 25-26 adopted budget as presented. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Thank you, Marcy.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, item 9. Board approval of resolution number 062425-33, proclaiming the month of June as LGBTQIA+ Pride Month. The governing board of trustees is requested to approve board resolution number 62425-33, proclaiming the month of June as LGBTQIA+ Pride Month. So do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second. Madam President, can I add some discussion?
Yeah, I have discussion. I'll go ahead and go first, and then you can follow up with that.
Please do.
At the last meeting, this item was not discussed because the motion was not seconded. Pursuant to board policy, one of our trustees has requested that that item be placed on the agenda tonight. Okay, any other discussion?
Yes, Madam President. So thank you for the clarification. I did request I'm bringing this item back for consideration because I believe it deserves a fair and respectful discussion and an opportunity for a recorded vote. At our last meeting, the item did not receive a second, and as a result, I don't believe we were able to have that conversation as a board. And I believe now this resolution could have an opportunity to move forward for discussion and a recorded vote. The minutes that were just adopted reflect that no board action was taken, so meaning no formal position is on record. And I believe this is an important topic and one that reflects our district's ongoing commitment to ensuring all students and staff feel supported and included. I believe recognizing Pride Month is a way of honoring the diverse experiences within our school community, much like we do with other awarenesses and heritage months. It's not about taking sides, it's about affirming our shared responsibility to foster belonging for all. Regardless of individual beliefs, I hope we can approach this with a spirit of respect and shared purpose, and I thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Espinosa. Any other discussion?
I would like to comment that reading through all of the policies we approved tonight, everybody's treated equally. Harassment, bullying, everyone is protected. Our district already does that. It doesn't take someone out and say that they're different and they need to be protected in a different way. Bullying is wrong. Harassment is wrong. Loving and respecting other people is very important, and that's what our district stands for. Every policy that I've read does not say that anybody is not covered by the policy. All of the policies we approved, the different contributions to different programs tonight, mental health, SUD, all of those are equally treated. Everyone is equally treated. Our district respects you and cares for you, teachers and students. Making something special out of this month is setting a group aside and making them look different. And that's not what we're here for. We're here to respect all students, all teachers equally. You're all of value because of who you are. That's it. We don't need special titles. We want you to know that we respect you, we care about you, and we are going to protect you. All of you, not dependent on your beliefs or what you stand for. We're here for all of you equally.
Thank you, Trustee Ellett.
I have a comment.
Yes.
Yes.
Trustee Tabares?
Yes, hi, good afternoon, and I want to make an amendment to the resolution of proclaimed the month of June as Pride Month regardless of our students' race or sexuality preference. And if we want to move forward with this resolution, I want Mr. Farkas to write a letter on behalf of the board to not support transgender males to participate in female sports to the CIF.
Okay, we need to remember, we've been doing an awesome job. I know that's a discussion that I just had at the CIF Executive Committee meeting. So I appreciate everybody doing what they needed to do. Your comments were excellent. I enjoyed hearing from the former students, from teachers that I worked hand in hand with. You know, I appreciate all, and I'm so proud of everybody that came up here and voiced their opinion. It's very emotional. We had some students, individuals that got a little choked up, and I get that. I get that because it comes from here, you know, and I tell them, when I used to coach and the kids would lose and they would cry, I said, you're crying not because you lost, you're crying because you play with your heart. And I think everybody that approached that microphone today did that, and I appreciate hearing from you. So, without any further discussion, I'll go ahead, back to my page. And this is a roll call vote. Ms. Taylor, are you ready?
Trustee Ellett?
No.
Trustee Espinosa?
Yes.
Trustee Nugent?
Yes.
Trustee Tabares?
No.
Trustee Mora?
Yes.
Motion passes. Now comments from ECSTA. Do we have anybody here this evening? ESTA? Okay. Let's go to CSEA comments. Anybody here from CSEA? Okay. We need to go back to closed session. And once again, I appreciate everybody this evening and thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful summer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Not yet? Oh. You didn't get up? Please. Thank you. Don't be surprised once in a while. You see us wandering.
Okay, welcome back. I'd like to report out in closed session that the board approved a positive evaluation for Dr. Farkas. So at this time, we will close the meeting at 8:50. Thank you.
We won't see each other next month.
Hallelujah.